What are you embarrassed to admit you like?
Pineapple pizza is actually delicious.
Jack in the Box tacos.
The color pink. I'm a 50-year-old straight male.
Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. The production, the lyrics, the playful energy. This song is perfection.
Little Caesar's pizza.
Fried spam.
Absolutely nothing comes to mind. I like what I like.
Farting in my ex-girlfriend's left shoes only. I taught her kid how to do it just before we broke up.
Milk from the boob.
I still feel embarrassed and ashamed at times having the seriously strong foot fetish desire I have, including other men's feet.
League of Legends.
McDonald's. I know it's horrible for you, but I probably eat it once or twice a month in secret.
I like watching anime and reading manga even though I'm almost 40.
Me and my wife sometimes hook up with men. For a lesbian, we sure know how to polish the wood.
I loved putting peanut butter on fried chicken.
Pokemon cards. At this point, it's the thing that makes me the happiest. Buying a few packs after work and hoping I get a hit. It's awesome.
I actually like fat men.
Romance books. Straight middle-aged woman from the rural Midwest. I'll talk about it online all day, but not a single person in my real life knows that about me.
Talking to myself.
Not working. I work a lot, but at heart I'm the laziest person alive. If I could choose to never work again, I would.
Stuffed animals.
A dominant girl. I don't know how far I'll go with it, but I find it hot.
I'm a dude and I like flowers, goddammit. I like decorating with them. I like growing them. I like flowers, and I like musicals. And I accept that I will be single forever, but I'm sorry I can't be a simplistic asshole who just drinks beer and watches football.
Coleslaw IDK, why everybody hates it.
After years of passing it up, I've decided I like bidets. No excess toilet paper needed. Butt sweat? No problem. Hose the poop chute and dry it off with minimum fuss. Ladies can spritz their cat and off they go. Europeans do know something.
The idea of being a trad wife, just like sometimes.
I like receiving affection, why, more than giving it.
Serial killer documentary.
Nickelback.
Foot rubs. I'm a dude, and I just feel weird about it.
I'm not embarrassed to admit it now, but as a straight guy, I used to be embarrassed by admitting that I use some women's hygiene and skincare products. A lot of them are better than most guys' products, and honestly, even some women have told me they love it. After so long, it's even became a confidence boost.
Watching kids have fun. I am well aware that from a third person's perspective, when I look at them IRL, I look like I want to snatch them, but I really just find joy in seeing kids enjoy their childhood.
The natural smell of my girl after her workout.
The smell of gasoline or a damp, humid space.
Ramen. The really cheap and unhealthy kind.
Anime. There's a whole lot of great anime out there, but there's also a lot of gross anime out there.
Donald Trump insulting people.
Taylor Swift.
Japanese music. When I say that I, an American who speaks little Japanese, loves music from the country, it makes me look like a weeb, haha.
Femboys. Not the ones that are obviously men, but dress as women. No. The ones you immediately assume are women. Like their pitch, tone, talk, their mannerisms, etc. First impressions. F yeah. Down below, I don't know.
I like seeing myself in mirrors.
Having time alone. I'm a huge introvert and sometimes I need some time by myself from my fiancé or his family. They did nothing wrong, but it's just how I am and I feel guilty when I do.
Gloves when working out. Get looks and judgment, but I have no calluses. My soft as hell hands need to be protected.
Horse riding. I just started in my 20s after a lifetime of wanting to learn, but I'm actually really embarrassed to tell people outside of my close group of friends.
Lady Gaga music?
Just liking anyone romantically is really embarrassing for me for some reason.
Online I don't care, but in person, I am completely embarrassed to admit that I love professional wrestling, and when I mean love, I mean an all-out addiction to it. I am more addicted to that than my drugs of choice.
Creed. Yeah, that's right, I like the band Creed. Not sure why.
I love the Backstreet Boys. I'm a 6'4", 400 lb black man. However, I turn into Chris Kirkpatrick when I hear I Want It That Way. I love that song, and I couldn't care less who laughs at me. It's one of my all-time favorite songs.
Super cheesy romantic songs.
I absolutely love every single one of the Fast and Furious movies. I realize they're dumb, but they're also a lot of fun and fill me with nostalgia.
The smell of my own farts.
I like the Cybertruck.
Those disgusting cat food tacos from Jack in the Box. I don't know why I like them, but they hit some stupid nostalgic core memory or something in me. I'm a goddamn professional chef, for Christ's sake.
I feel embarrassed to admit that Taylor Swift is really hot. I want to dislike her, but I can't.
Being treated like a princess at home with my husband, when around everyone else, I'm a big, tough woman.
Picking my nose. Man, when you get a stiff, long boogie, it feels so good to get it out of there.
I'm embarrassed to admit that I have a soft spot for those late-night infomercials selling ridiculously unnecessary gadgets. I mean, do I really need a banana slicer that promises to change my life? Maybe not, but the temptation is real.
Bopping my head into my pillow while listening to loud music, I've been doing it ever since I was a kid, and it feels cathartic. Apparently, it's not super uncommon, but I know how messed up it must look to see someone with headphones vigorously smack their head into a pillow.
Some bad body smells. Occasionally, I'll meet a woman that has a particular type of bad breath, and it'll make her attractive, or more attractive to me. Similarly, I'll occasionally meet a woman with a sweat smell that does the same. That I can't understand, but the breath thing I think comes from being at a party when I was a teenager, where a few people stayed late and played strip poker, and very hot and very dumb girl came on to me and she had bad breath.
I'm 48 and I like Pokemon.
The little short Asian women I see everywhere, you know, they make good food and are good people.
The smell of gasoline, the few people I have told this to have me weird look, so I just keep it to myself.
Gas station hot dogs.
Most of the music I like. I'm pretty sure I have the musical tastes of girls age 15-22. I just can't help it. I'm a sucker for good jams and catchy hooks and lyrics about relationships. I'm a dad age 45 BTW. My tween kids laugh at me and joke on me about it, but you know what? I see them singing along too when they think I'm not looking.
I enjoy when people play with my hair. It instantly shuts down my motor skills and relaxes me.
That I find the smell of armpits extremely arousing. Only had one female that admitted to it unabashedly. But when a guy says it, oftentimes girls find it off-putting. It's actually a pheromone response, but for some reason, PPL being brainwashed, they deny it.
The smell of manure.
Eating my boogers. It's just easier to dispose of them that way instead of flicking them into the atmosphere.
I was a huge metalhead in high school. All black clothes, long hair, etc. When I was around 17, I cleaned up, cut my hair, started wearing colors. I'm 34, married, with kids and a career. Daughters aren't allowed to listen to the explicit Taylor Swift albums. I still sometimes stay up late to rock out to Combi Christ, Slipknot, and Meshuggah while I'm washing dishes or folding clothes.
Whenever I order pizza, I probably only eat 2 slices after it arrives. Then I leave it at the table overnight. Then in the morning it's cold. I like that cold pizza. Hugs. I love hugs. Big foreheads on girls, lol. Rihanna's fault. Also Kalani lol. I've been crushing on her for years now. I'm not too embarrassed though.
Video games. I always get called immature for it BC. I'm 23.
I still love the Teletubbies.
Men way too old for me.
Doing nothing all day every day. Just waste life away.
I like white noises. They make me feel relaxed and even help me sleep because they remind me of my childhood. When I took showers at night, my mom would help dry my hair, and the hair dryer sound would make me sleepy. Then I am tucked into my bed, and it just feels nostalgic.
I don't know if embarrassed is quite the right term, but it feels odd, really liking World War II documentaries, especially Nazi-centric ones. I enjoy history, and it is similar to morbid curiosity of serial killer documentaries, but it isn't something you want to tell people about in case they get the wrong idea.
I like to talk to the elderly in public transport. The country I live, people my age, under 30, are keeping to themselves, but I like to have a good convo with an elderly.
talking to myself when no one is in range to hear. Like I'm spewing my inner thoughts, not a conversation.
I like seeing people be friends. I know this sounds weird, but it's so nice to observe human connections, like two buddies subconsciously helping each other out. Or two girls being able to pick each other in a group project in class and getting excited. Seeing a closeness between people never fails to put a smile on my face. Even when I'm talking with my best friend, I'll just stop and think, wow, this is my friend and I'm talking to her. I also love mayonnaise with fries. It's such a good combo.
Broccoli on pizza.
OnlyFans.
I really enjoy K-pop. I think when I was younger it was fine, but it's definitely strange if I admit it now I'm a bit older. My other favorite genres are classical, jazz, Irish folk, so I usually stick to those when people ask me what music I like.
Not being social and often just wanting to be alone and mostly do nothing as opposed to going out with friends or do things with my family. I guess crying. Not feeling sad or any of that. I mean the relief of letting it all out for a bit. There will be times where I would look for the saddest movie game scenes that always get me, and then once the tears have finished rolling, I feel brand new. I am a very happy and content person in general, but it definitely feels nice to cry from time to time.
Toxicity, apparently.
Celebrity gossip. I learn a lot about human nature, family dynamics, public versus private persona, and just general human behavior through celebrity gossip. Yet I feel like it's a guilty pleasure I'm supposed to get over or tuck away as some shameful, lowbrow thing.
Maroon 5.
I like to pour milk into my root beer, especially when it's the cream or strawberry flavor. It literally tastes like ice cream and it's so good.
Being naked, I hate clothes. I don't allow guests at my home, 'cause when I'm home I want to be naked. But of course I get weird looks for that. On the plus side, I found a woman who does that too.
Modern rap music. Like it is not that bad, come on.
Eating your toenails while you sleep. I've tried to go to rehab, but I just can't stop my addiction. They taste so good.
Fat women.
Sleeping naked, plushies, and very pink frilly stuff. Anyone who doesn't live with me strictly sees me in all black, band tees, or with nerdy accessories. I love all of those. But my personal space where I sleep and game all are pinks, purples, and blues. I love Sanrio and I love Miku. The entertainment I consume and the interests I have are polar opposites of the things I like in my home. I love the light and coziness that I have in my room. But I also love the dark and gritty and mysterious of certain titles and genres.
Joe Biden.
That. I like the guy that ghosted me.
As a straight dude, the color pink is my favorite, but I never tell anyone that.
I like younger dudes. It was always super looked down on for older girls to like younger dudes, so it's embarrassing.
I thoroughly enjoy reading inmates' profiles on various pen pal websites. I don't email them or anything. I just find their descriptions so interesting, and you can view the crimes they committed, year charged and year released, if they are eligible. There is a lot more than that listed. Religious views, sexualities, relationship status, prison they are located at, etc. I could spend hours in that rabbit hole. Furthering that, I love to read the personal section on Craigslist, preferably when they are propositions for sexual encounters. The weirder and nastier, the better. Of course, it goes without saying that I am not looking for sex, and I have never contacted anyone on Craigslist for any reason, much less for sex. I just find people so fascinating.
2 TV shows, my 600 LB Life and Hoarders. I remove them from my continue to watch list every time I watch them.
Buzz cuts and neck tattoos on men. I don't know why, but certain guys just do it so damn well.
I get a pang of embarrassment whenever someone asks what kind of music I like. I like metal, which most people frown upon. I instantly reject all offers to contribute to Spotify playlists, because any non-metal I like is probably on there anyway, and if I add metal, people will moan and groan.
Eating solo and going to movies solo. Dancing and singing mostly because I'm bad at it, but I do enjoy myself when I'm alone.
Kind of the opposite, but once my wife tried to accuse me of being a closeted Adele fan. I told her I'm not closeted, that woman can sing.
I swear I'm not a furry, but animal ears would honestly look so cute built in on humans.
Pulling hair from the bath drain. It's so gross but satisfying.
Playing Fortnite, please don't judge me.
Bigger girls. Took me a while to realize that I just prefer my girls with curves, then took me a bit to be openly public about it.
Hentai.
I'm not going to tell you. It's embarrassing.
Big Bang Theory. Such shame. Such laughter. It's not okay with me, but it's too late. I can't stop now.
Getting mad at someone and feeling justified in being mean to them. I hate that I feel like I'm enjoying it in the moment, because afterwards I feel terrible. I'm trying very hard to change it, but I still slip up sometimes. And I'm usually still just rearing for a fight, which is not a good way to live.
Pineapple on pizza, and I kinda enjoy playing on Roblox even though I'm 16. Still kinda young, but the kids at my school make me ashamed to like anything, to be honest.
I'm not really ashamed of it. People can F off if they think less of anyone for doing stuff they enjoy. I'm a 36-year-old male and love Legos and diamond art. I get a lot of snickers about both. I probably have $2,000 worth of completed Lego sets and several completed diamond arts. There's not many things I find more relaxing than getting a little inebriated and doing either of these activities.
I get judged a lot for listening to music from Slipknot and Metallica. Two very different sounds, but I love music from both bands. Also, probably because I'm black, it's seen as weird, anti-black.
I hate rap trap, but there are some certain songs that I genuinely like. I don't listen to them that often to say, wow, oh my God, what a song, take my money. But I'd be really embarrassed if one of my friends caught me listening to that LMFO.
I kinda like the lockdown for selfish reasons.
Bigger women. I'm pretty open about it now, though.
I'm embarrassed to admit that I absolutely love Disney. Going to Disney World, watching Disney shows and movies. I love everything Disney related, and I'm so shy to admit that.
A man that's not my husband.
Boy bands. I'm a grandmother in my mid-50s. Can't help it, love them. I don't tell many people, though.
Rick and Morty. I watched the first few episodes thinking it was trash animation, but the storyline of each episode really gets you thinking.
Jurassic Park. I grew up with it, and it kinda sticked with me through my life.
The Notebook. IDK, why I like it so much, especially because I hate romance movies because they seem so cliché, but I love The Notebook.
School itself. It's honestly such an awesome system where you can interact with a bunch of your friends in a learning environment. A lot of my teachers are funny and nice, and that's not common. So that's probably why.
Cats animals to the extent that I do. Feel like I'll get called a crazy cat animal lady up the wazoo. But ah well, can't help loving and helping them.
Smelling my farts.
Cartoons, not just the good ones that both kids and adults can enjoy, but basically anything I watched as a kid I'm thrilled to watch again if I find it on a streaming service. Even if I know it's really dumb.
I love Shrek 1 and 2. Growing up with no internet, I'd watch it all the time to the point where I know the script by heart. Kinda backfired though, because now as an adult I watch Shrek as a coping mechanism for anxiety LOL.
Erotic literature.
Gossiping. I love it. I feel like people play it off as childish or catty. But telling my two best friends or boyfriend about work drama or talking harmless shit, within reason, only about those people who deserve it, is enjoyable at times. Anyone who says they never gossip is lying or doesn't have anything interesting enough happen to those around them.
I love superhero cartoons, especially ones that are about female superheroes. It makes me feel like a kid, and I was like, yeah, girls are awesome and powerful. In elementary school, I discovered Gotham Girls, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. It was a web series about Batgirl, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and sometimes Zatanna. Every episode was like 5 minutes long and had a mini-game, and I watched it over and over when I had free time on the computer at school. Then I discovered the X-Men, Evolution and Birds of Prey, TV show not cartoon but female superhero-centered, and I was like, I love this. I would go to the library and sort through the collections to find the ones with the female superheroes as the central character, not just the supporting character, and I still love comic books now. Now though, I love DC Superhero Girls on Netflix. It's so good and I'm not ashamed, but I do feel like people might think I'm weird for liking it so much. I like that it just makes me feel like the girl who thought everything was possible and no one could stop me from changing the world. As an adult who has to deal with depression and anxiety, I miss that feeling, and I try to hold on to it because it helps me feel like someday I will be able to do anything, and my depression won't stop me. But I digress.
I like compliments. Nobody ever compliments me. One time I told my friend that I like receiving compliments and she called me out for being full of myself, so now I'm embarrassed to admit it.
Public speaking. I absolutely love the thought of having a bunch of people come to listen to what I have to say, but I know I'll sound like a big jerk who's full of themselves for saying I enjoy it.
I liked combat when I was in Iraq.
I started to love anime again, but I'm not embarrassed to admit it. I just don't wear it on my sleeve, if that makes sense. Apart from that, not much. I'm fairly clear on what I like.
Pro wrestling, even the slightest mention brings about groans and the typical, you know it's fake, right? I don't feel like going through the nuisance it is to defend why I enjoy it.
As an older mum, I was more than happy to watch iCarly and Hannah Montana with my daughter. She knew better than to watch it without me.
I'm 25 with secure full-time job, own place, and full-on normal adult life. When I first moved out of my parents' place, I brought all of my old toy soldiers with me. The box is currently sitting in the top shelf of my closet, and I've been telling my longtime girlfriend that I'm saving them for when we have kids. Little does she know that once in a while she's out of the house for a few hours, I'll break out the old toy soldiers and set up really cool battle scenes with them and shoot back and forth at them with a rubber band and basically just play with them like I did when I was a kid.
Motivational videos on YouTube. I don't know, seems trivial and super self-help-like, but I enjoy them. Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.